This is the 1992 playoffs, except the wheel is going to be giving every team one random legend. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1992 playoffs, exactly how it was seeded. Of course, in real life, the Bulls went all the way to the championship and won in 6 versus the Trailblazers. We got some great historic teams here, and we're going to be making this NBA playoffs even more interesting with, of course, the Legends wheel, the absolute greatest wheel of all time, all the best players of all time, 16 of, in my opinion, the greatest players of all time are on this wheel, and we're going to be spinning it in order to give all of these teams in this playoffs a legend. Now, before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for 3,000 subs. We're on the road to 10,000. And when we hit that, I got something cool planned for you guys. So go ahead and subscribe right now, and we'll get into that. Anyway, first team that we will be adding a player to is, of course, the 1992 Trailblazers. We go with the first seed in the West and then the first seed in the East, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and give Clyde Drexler a talented player next to him. He could use somebody here. And he is going to get Larry Bird. So we're starting off giving the Trailblazers Larry Legend. Okay, there we go. Prime Larry Bird is here, starting at the small forward with Clyde Drexler. Sure to be a great duo as we continue, of course, with the world champions. They would go back-to-back this season. The Chicago Bulls. Now, this is just like any Dynasty Bulls team. Only difference is that there is no Dennis Rodman on this team. However, Horace Grant was a big part of these championship teams. Honestly, the Bulls don't really need anybody. I don't think they need anybody crazy. They already are super stacked. Steph Curry would be really cool to watch. I'm cool with adding Stephen Curry to this team, a prime Steph. Okay, there we go. We got prime Steph Curry out here. 98 overall. He is, of course, going to start at the point guard instead of B.J. Armstrong. So now this is our starting. Our big three is Steph, Jordan, and Scottie Pippen, and then Horace Grant putting up some great minutes. So we're removing from the wheel and on to the second seed out in the West, which is the Utah Jazz. This is early Stockton and Malone stuff. I mean, they're like, I think they're 7 years into their career now? Let me see. Yeah, 7 years. Karl Malone was drafted right after Stockton, and of course, he's, putting up great numbers. He is number 3 on the all-time scoring list for a reason. Let's go ahead and see who they are going to get on added to their lineup, and it looks like it's going to be Bill Russell. It's one of the worst ones you can get, not because he's not a great player. He is a great player, but because he really doesn't score for you at all, which maybe they don't really need that. Maybe they just need like a really good defensive center. Because that's what he gives you. He just gives you elite defense and like a ton of rebounds. That's literally what Bill Russell gives you. I don't want to use this version of Bill Russell. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it's so hard to just find the right Bill Russell. I can't find a Bill Russell. I might just go with this first one and just call it a day because I can't find his face cam. It's actually annoying me so much. Just give me the cyber face. Boom. Finally, we found the cyber face. It took way too long. So, yeah, there's their starting center. They already had a really good defensive center in Mark Eaton, but now they have 2, adding Bill Russell to the lineup. Let's remove Bill Russell from the wheel. Up next is the 2 seed out in the East, which is, of course, Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for them. They could definitely use a player because this is old Larry Bird, and the face scan looks like he was stung by a bunch of bees, and he's only averaging 18 points. So he could definitely use a solid player. I don't know, like a Michael Jordan figure would kind of be perfect for them. Hakeem Olajuwon will also do. I mean, this is literally a prime Hakeem Olajuwon, so that'll definitely do. And also, this is good because I didn't realize the Rockets actually completely missed the playoffs in 92. I guess their team just was not nearly good enough. So to add him to the team is a big help as the Celtics get him. And that'll replace Robert Parrish, who's definitely getting a little older. And him and Larry Bird can ball out together. Now this Celtics team looks super good. Okay, up next is the 3 seed out in the West, which is, of course, the Warriors. I think this is Chris Mullin, I believe. This is Chris Mullin and his team, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 90 overall, Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway. Pretty solid team. Honestly, I don't know. Kevin Durant, anybody here would be great for them. They're one of those teams that just need a solid star player. Wilt Chamberlain is fantastic, so no complaints there for them. They're going to get Wilt on their hands. Boom, 99 overall, Wilt Chamberlain as he's added to the roster. Wait, I just realized we have 2 Wilts. That means I'm missing a player, I'm pretty sure. Who am I missing, guys? Who am I missing here? I am missing a player. I've never missed a player in these videos. Hold on. Okay, I have no idea who I'm missing here, so I'm just going to go ahead and add Giannis to this. I can't tell you who I'm missing. Once I figure it out, though, it's going to annoy me so much. I probably should have just checked the wheel. Actually, I could probably do that. I'm missing Dirk Nowitzki, so we can take off Giannis, even though low-key, is Giannis a better all-time player than Dirk? It's definitely an argument, but we'll put Dirk. Keep the wheel the same. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now that we got Wilt on the Warriors, it's time for the 3 seed out in the East, which is the Cavaliers. It is Mark Price, Larry Nance, kind of a mid, just one of these Eastern Conference teams from the 90s that unfortunately people don't really care about. You might care about it, old heads in the comment section. But let's get into it. Come on. Who are they going to get? They are going to get Nikola Jokic is being added to the Cavaliers. Now, I want to go over something really quickly before we go on to the next team. I see a lot of comments of people telling me, I don't know ball, I'm like a casual, blah, 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 blah. But then they never explain how I don't know ball. So if you're watching this and you think I don't know ball, I want you to tell me what I don't know. Maybe so I can study or something. I don't know. I just want to know what it is that I don't know ball about, because I truthfully don't know and I never get the answer. It's bizarre. Anyway, up next is the Phoenix Suns. Now, I did think this team had Charles Barkley originally. They don't. Charles Barkley came the following year and actually took them all the way to the finals before losing to Michael Jordan and the Bulls in 1993. So they could use a star player for sure, and they are going to get either LeBron or Michael Jordan, and it looks like they are going to get Michael Jordan. And we could just get him straight from the source. There we go. Jordan is on the Suns. He'll have to carry that team, though, because they are not the greatest team. Okay, 4 seed is the New York Knicks. Great team. Patrick Ewing, John Starks. Reminds me of, just when I think of this team, I think of the 90s. Charles Oakley, John Starks, obviously I said, Ewing, even Mark Jackson. You think about the 90s when you look at this team. So let's go ahead and give them their player. Who are the New York Knicks going to get? Is that LeBron? Yeah, they're going to get LeBron. Damn. That is pretty fire. The Knicks getting LeBron. This is a team that'll definitely actually put up a great fight against the Jordan and the Bulls, especially now that they have LeBron James. So I could see this team going all the way. I'm not going to lie. I could definitely see it. Okay, there's LeBron James replacing Xavier McDaniel. What a great, this is a sick starting lineup. I like LeBron and Patrick Ewing going up against each other. Should be very fun. Up next, we have the 5 seed out in the West, which is the San Antonio Spurs. Of course, David Robinson is leading this team. Would be kind of cool, as there are a lot of centers still remaining on this wheel. If we could just have one of the best center. Oh, it's going to be Shaq, I think. Ooh, Shaquille O'Neal being added to this team. That is a sick, literally just insane front court. Shaq and David Robinson. Who stops these two in the paint? Genuinely, who stops them? Look at this. Look at this big man rotation. That is actually ridiculous. Okay, on to the next, which is, of course, the 5 seed in the East, and they are the Pistons. Isaiah Thomas. This is the bad boy Pistons, a little bit out of their prime. They were winning in 88, 89. We're already in 92. So they could use somebody who's in their prime. I think a Kobe Bryant on this Pistons team would be sick to watch. Tim Duncan also kind of fits the mock-up of this team super well. They already have Dennis Rodman, but, I mean, they could probably move Duncan to the center and start him. And then this team defensively is insanely stacked. Obviously, most of these teams are really good defensively because it's the 90s, but yeah, I mean, this team defensively is great, and they moved Tim Duncan to the center. This is crazy, and I think they rival the Spurs, David Robinson, and Shaq really well. So, especially defensively, they can stop. They might be the only team that can stop them, unless we get more teams like that. Okay, 6th seed out in the West is the Supersonics. Gary Payton, I think, is really young. I think he just got drafted. Yes, he did. Yeah, he's right here. He's an 82 overall. He's in his second season. Sean Kemp, though, is like an all-star player here. But still, very young Supersonics team. Not quite the Supersonics that, went to the finals and rivaled Jordan and Scotty. Garnett is being added to this team. They don't need this position at all. They could have used literally any position other than a power forward. But yeah, Garnett's going to be joining the Supersonics. So there we go. Prime Kevin Garnett added to the roster. And they're going to move Sean Kemp to the bench. I'm not going to touch anything. Let the CPU do what they want. Okay, 6th seed on the East is the Nets. I think this is Drazen Petrovic, I believe. Rest in peace. He's a GOAT. There he is. And Derek Coleman. We will go spin the wheel, see who we get here. It's going to be Dirk Nowitzki. All right. I'm not going to lie. A lot of these teams, as we go lower in the seedings, are not the most exciting teams, except the 8th seed in the West, which I'm sure most of you already know who that is. But it is an old Magic Johnson, so that'll definitely change a lot of things. This is the lineup the Nets will be running with Dirk playing the power forward. And now only 4 players remain. Let's go into the 7th seed out in the West, which is the Clippers. I don't have any comments on this Clipper team. Danny Manning, Kansas City legend. Kansas University legend. Kansas. I don't know. I don't know the universities too well. Anyway, let's give them who they want. I don't know. Honestly, this team, the teams kind of get a little boring at this point. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, sure, you're going to be on this team. Prime Kareem Abdul-Jabbar added to the Clippers. Don't think it's really going to make a difference, I'll be honest with you, but yeah, because they got to play a Jazz team with Bill Russell. Actually, they probably can't win that series, to be honest with you. Okay, 3 teams remain. We now have the 7th seed out in Indiana, and this team should have Reggie Miller. I might have to add him myself. They definitely don't because Reggie Miller doesn't exist, so we'll go ahead and add a prime Reggie Miller to this Pacer team. Okay, there's Reggie Miller. We'll bump his overall up a little bit. He should be a higher overall, like at least a 94. We'll give him that. He's one of the best players in the world at this point. I don't know. I feel like Magic Johnson might actually fit this team kind of well. Or Kobe. Kobe's cool too. Yeah, I like Kobe. Kobe works well as well. They need actually now that I think about it, it doesn't really work that well because their shooting guard is already covered. So they'll probably have to move Kobe to the small forward or vice versa. Let's see if they start both of them first. Let's see. Yeah, see, they're moving Reggie Miller to the bench. We can't be having that. One of these guys they're both 6'6", so we'll move Kobe to the small forward. And then this is the lineup they're going to run. All right, 2 teams remain. 8th seed in the West is, of course, the Lakers. I kind of hope they just don't get Magic Johnson. I feel like there's a chance that they get 2 Magic Johnsons here. But it looks like there is a chance they get 2 Magic Johnsons, which honestly, I really hope doesn't happen. It's close, but it's going to be right just barely. The Lakers get Kevin Durant, and they could use him, honestly. They could use a prime Durant because James Worthy and Magic Johnson are slowly but surely falling out of their prime. So we'll add a prime Kevin Durant to this team, and there he is, KD, on the roster. I'm assuming they're going to move James Worthy to the bench. You know what? We'll have James Worthy play power forward unless... Yeah, James Worthy can play power forward. That's not a problem. Drops him down 1 overall. It's not a big deal. Boom, there. Now we can start all 3 of them. And they have a pretty big 3 that can definitely rival this Trailblazers team. Let's go straight on to the simulation first. I do have to add Magic Johnson to the Miami Heat because we have 2 teams left. So let me go ahead and do that. Magic is being added to this very new franchise just created. I believe, when did they get, in 89, 88? I forgot when they got created, when the Miami Heat. See, if that is the reason why you say I don't know ball, because I don't know the exact year that the Miami Heat became the Miami Heat, I feel like that's unfair. But anyway, Miami get Magic Johnson, and now we can start simulating. And remember, the first round is best of 5. So there's going to be a lot of hop-in games, or at least a lot of simcast games in the first round. So let's go right into this. As I'm saying that, I forget. I'm an idiot. But yeah, there are a lot of hop-in simcast games. 2 teams already advanced, which is the Celtics and the Bulls. Magic Johnson tried his best, only putting up 17, 7, and 7. Steph Curry's putting up 33. Is he leading the... Damn, he's leading the team in scoring. Look at this scoring duo, though. Steph and Michael Jordan. As for the Celtics, Kobe Bryant putting up 29, 3, and 5. Old Larry Bird. Oh, no, he's on the Pacers, right? So they lost. As for the Pacers, Hakeem, 17 and 8. Larry Bird, 16 and 7. Who's leading the team in scoring? Oh, okay. Reggie Lewis is leading the team in scoring. And it's Larry Bird is averaging less points than Kevin McHale, and Hakeem Olajuwon is barely averaging more points than Kevin McHale. Okay, so it's a deep team. I kind of expected the Pacers to put up a little better of a fight, though, I'll be honest, but whatever. Let's go right into some simcasts here. First one we got is the Jazz versus the Clippers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar versus Bill Russell. John Stockton and Karl Malone. Tough matchup for the Clippers. But, yeah, as expected, the Jazz take care of business here. Kareem putting up 19-6. He needed to do more for them, I'm not going to lie. Karl Malone, 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. Stockton's putting up 16 and 13, with Bill Russell putting up 16 and 12. Stacking up the stat sheet. That's a tough team to beat. Okay, up next, we got the Trailblazers versus the Lakers. I did actually think the Lakers are going to be putting up more of a fight here, but the Trailblazers have a 2-0 lead. Very close game here. 1 minute and 30 seconds, 112, 111. Let's go ahead and hop in. See how Kevin Durant can do. He's got Larry Bird guarding him. Definitely a tough matchup. I don't see Clyde Drexler in the game. Cliff Robinson out to Terry Porter. Larry Bird camping out in the corner. Danny Ainge back out to Terry Porter. Why does he have the ball and not Larry Bird? I couldn't tell you. That's a three-pointer. As he misses, Durant the rebound, and here he comes. Storming down the court is Kevin Durant. James Worthy now steps it back. Double team comes into KD. He's got Larry Bird on him. Back out to James Worthy. It's a mismatch. He has their guard on them. This is great defense, though, and they're calling an offensive foul on the Lakers. Jerome Kersey driving in on Vlade Divac. Duckworth into Porter. Pull up mid-range is good. Problem with the 90s is they just don't shoot a lot of threes, so it's going to be kind of tough to come back from this, surprisingly. Magic Johnson. Are they going to go for 2 here? Teagle. Pump fake. Vlade comes and sets a big body screen. Pull up mid-range is missed. That's a free shot as he misses, and it looks like the Trailblazers will be taking care of business in a sweep. Durant at 34, 11, and 4. Magic just, again, him and Bird are kind of washed at this point, but still 17 and 15 assists doesn't seem too washed to me. Kevin Durant only averaged 17 points in the series. What were his other games for the series in the 3 games? He didn't play. Oh, okay, so he had 21 and then 14 and then 34. So his average is probably going to be like 25? I'm bad with math. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I'm really sorry. Larry Bird, 40 points for Clyde Drexler. Damn. He was averaging a light 38 points a game. Larry Bird averaged 28 points a game. So, yeah, that duo is working very well together. Magic and KD didn't really work that good together. Maybe it was just the Trailblazers defense. I could not tell you. Okay, up next is the Cavaliers versus the Nets. I almost clicked the Knicks versus the Pistons. Same colors. Dirk Nowitzki with this mid-Nets team, and then Nikola Jokic with this mid-Cavs team. Cavs are up 2-1, though, so let's see how this one ends. Okay, this looks very close. 6-point game. Now it's an 8-point game. Honestly, this might be game. Yeah, they're up 8. It's probably no coming back for them as the Cavaliers advance. Jokic leading the way, averaging 25, 9, and 9. He can truly play in any era he wants. Mark Price, though, 36 and 14, and he's putting up 25 and 13 assists. Pretty solid Cavalier team. Not going to lie, pretty good. Okay, up next we got the Knicks and the Pistons, where it looks like Patrick Ewing and LeBron James are having a lot of trouble with Tim Duncan and the ex-bad boy Pistons. which I'm honestly not surprised about. 4-point game, 1 minute and 46 seconds. This is definitely a hop-in experience right here. Tim Duncan with it out to Isaiah Thomas. LeBron James and Ewing are both in the game. Duncan and Dennis Rodman are both in the game. They go to Timmy. Deep in the post. Double team comes from LeBron. Back out to Dennis Rodman now. Now it's Isaiah Thomas. Now Joe Dumars has it. Step back. That's good defense from LeBron. 4 seconds here. Isaiah Thomas doesn't take it. Back into Tim Duncan. Forces one up and misses. Patrick Ewing the rebound. Here comes Jackson. Xavier McDaniel. LeBron is open. Xavier McDaniel takes it up by himself and puts it in. Ewing got 18 and 19. Tim Duncan 19 and 8. Monster game for Patrick Ewing. He's going for that 20-20 bomb. That's a great cut. Tim Duncan's going to get an easy bucket. Poor defense. They should probably put Ewing on him. Here's LeBron. Screen is set. LeBron James driving in on Dennis Rodman. That's why LeBron might be struggling in this series. Let's see what he's averaging. He's only averaging 17 points. Yeah, he's getting locked up by Tim Duncan and Dennis Rodman in the paint right now. Ewing out to LeBron now. Mark Jackson. They go to LeBron in the post. Now he doesn't have Rodman or Duncan on him. Can he finish the layup? It's missed. They are playing lockdown defense on him right now. If they foul again, I'm calling this over. I don't know why they're fouling. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. No need to foul. Okay, they're not fouling. They're trying to force a turnover. They had a foul to give. It's great defense from the Cavs. They might be able to force a turnover. Double team again comes. Now they foul Dennis Rodman. That's a good foul. I don't think if he makes one, this game's over, but I doubt he makes one. He has 2 points tonight. I got to see his rebound. He has 2 points tonight and 15 rebounds. Actually, now 3 points, and he's probably going to make this next free throw. Watch. I knew it, man. 2K's stupid. I forgot that Dennis Rodman was actually scoring free throws like that. But, yeah, Isaiah Thomas, 23 and 15. Duncan, 23, 9, and 7. That's a great duo, I have to say. LeBron struggled against this team, as expected. They take pride in their defense, especially their paint defense, and LeBron does thrive in the paint. So it makes sense why this Cavs team, why this Pistons team was able to stop him. All right, 4 more teams remain in the Western Conference. The second round in the East is set. We'll go ahead and watch this. Wilt Chamberlain versus Kevin Garnett and Sean Kemp. And it looks like this is going to be a win for the Sonic. Actually, Warriors are keeping it very close here. Actually, kind of close. 5-point game. We'll hop in. Driving inside. A Euro step misses. Wilt the rebound. Puts it up and in with the left hand. Easy bucket for Wilt Chamberlain. Now it's Gary Payton. A very young Gary Payton. They go to Kevin Garnett. They're playing both him and Sean Kemp at the same time. Great block here. They go to Wilt Chamberlain deep in the post. Can he finish? Wilt, no good. Great defense from the Sonics. Here's GP, a young Gary Payton out here. That's a bad pass. Wilt gets the steal. Billy Owens with it all the way for the layup. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point game. Wilt's got 31 and 14. Gary Payton into Kevin Garnett. He's got Chris Mullin on him. This is a mismatch. They should probably come in with the help. Wilt does help, but Garnett is able to draw a foul. Big free throws for KG to make it a 3-point game as he knocks both of them down. 3-second separation on game clock. Tim Hardaway into Wilt deep in the post. They're trying to just get a quick bucket. They do need a 3, so Wilt doesn't take that. Now they go back to Wilt. Will Wilt finish? Sean Kemp playing some good defense. That's great defense. Wilt. Now they really need a 3. That's for the tie. Tim Hardaway. Big time 3-pointer to tie up the game. And this series is taking a very different turn now. 7 seconds. Here's Ricky Pierce. 5 seconds out to McKee. McKee, 3 seconds. This is going for the win. Garnett, that is for the win. Misses. That was a great look. Okay, overtime it is. 23 seconds. We'll hop in. Who has the ball? Golden State. Okay, 23 seconds here. 1-point game. Tim Hardaway. It's going to be a Wilt pick and roll. I have a feeling it's going to be stolen. Oh, Wilt deep in the post. That's for the lead. Misses. Sean Kemp, a huge rebound. Massive free throws here for Gary Payton. He's got 14 tonight. Misses. Damn. missing the first free throw. Second one is up as he makes it. And Golden State has a chance to tie up the game, maybe send this game to double overtime. Tim Hardaway, 7 seconds here. Wilt on the cut. They go to him. It's stolen by Sean Kemp. I knew that was going to happen at some point. It was just too predictable. And the Sonics advance, I believe, 24-18 and 7 for Garnett. Sean Kemp had 24 and 16. Wilt did have 35 and 16, but it wasn't enough. I think they were down 2-1, the Warriors. I could be mistaken, though. No, it's all tied up. Wow, so that tied up the series right there. And now we're going to watch the Suns versus the Spurs. This is, of course, David Robinson and Shaq. Let's see if Michael Jordan can advance with the Suns. Spurs have a good lead as they force a big-time Game 5. Shaq is putting up 21 and 10. David Robinson 15 and 7. It's Terry Cummings who's kind of leading the team in that game at least. So now we have 2 winner-go-home games. Let's watch this Warriors versus Sonics game. And Golden State is up big as they take care of business. Tim Hardaway 33 and 6. Wilt, he's putting up 32 and 15. He had kind of a rough game. I mean, not a rough game. He just didn't shoot a lot. Ricky Pierce, Garnett really didn't show up for this winner go home, and neither really did Sean Kemp, to be honest with you. Gary Payne is young, so you can't really put the blame on him. But we have one more game of the first round, and it's right here. Let's see if Michael Jordan can take care of business at home. 6-point game, a minute left. We'll hop into this. See, I mean, I've seen crazier things happen than a 6-point lead with a minute left. That's really not that much in 2K. Can easily be came back from. Go ahead and watch this. Hold on. Why can't I choose sides right now? There we go. Okay, Hornacek with it. Out to Michael Jordan. Let's see what Michael can do. Carrying this team that's kind of not great. Not going to lie. Jordan, that's an easy bucket. He's going to finish that. And 4-point game, again, that's just bad defense. Late in this game, you're up 6. You're doing great. All you got to do is focus on defense. And yet you let Jordan get an easy bucket. Shaq deep in the post. Out to David Robinson. Now it's Shaq. How is this guy going to stop Shaq? Pressy. Screen is set. Jordan fouls. They had a foul to give, I believe. It's a good foul. Oh, we sent him to the line. What is that foul, MJ? There was a lot of time left. That is some low basketball IQ from Michael Jordan. LeBron would never. I'm going to get so many hate comments now just from that comment. Just from me saying that alone. Why would he foul, though? They need a bucket. They go to Jordan. Jordan in the post. Post fadeaway signature. Misses. Wow. It's going to be a choke for MJ as he loses to this Spurs team. Jordan at 33. Only averaged 19 points a game. Probably had, oh my God, monstrous performance from Shaq. 17 for 22. 45 points on 22 shots is pretty remarkable. Okay, anyway, with that, the second round is set. And no waiting around. Let's get right into this. The Cavs are up 3-0. Jokic, surprisingly, this is crazy. Jokic is, I think, going to take out Larry Bird, and I forgot who else is on this team. It's a close game. 6-point lead, 4-point lead. Yeah, it's going to be the Celtics who force a Game 5. On the other hand, Trailblazers with Larry Bird and Clyde are running through the Spurs. Let's see how they do here in this one, if they can finish off the series in a sweep, where the Spurs are going to also force a Game 5 to keep themselves in the series. We'll watch this next. This is Stockton and Bill Russell and Karl Malone are up 3-1. Is this going to be the first team to advance to the conference finals? I think it is. Oh, it's close. I mean, it's not that close anymore. Yeah, Jazz are the first team to advance. Jeff Malone this time, putting up 32. Karl Malone, 25 and 13. And Bill Russell is just playing his role perfectly to a T, as they are the first team to reach the conference finals. Up next, we got the Cavaliers and the Celtics. Let's see if the Cavs can finish things here. 3-point game, minute and 45. We'll hop in. I see Jokic is in the game. He's cutting inside. Do they have any answer for him? Where's Hakeem? Why isn't Hakeem Olajuwon playing? He must have fouled out or something. I wanted to see that Hakeem versus Jokic matchup. Instead, we got this guy drilling the ball. Here's Jokic. Puts it in. His game is actually built, I feel like, really well for the 90s. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I like Jokic in the 90s. I think he would have been amazing. Where is Hakeem? He fouled out. Damn, Hakeem. important moments of this series and you foul out. Can we please make it so that... Why am I rushing through this? There we go. And what happened? Offensive foul? I guess so. Or he threw it out of bounds. I didn't watch. I was on my phone for a second. Terrell Brandon with it. They kind of need Hakeem. Jokic on the cut. He wants the ball in his hands. They steal it. I don't know why you call for the ball in that position. D. Brown now. I know Larry's old, but just give it to him. There we go. Larry Bird in the post. Back out to D. Brown. He doesn't take the three. Screen is set. Now he doesn't pull the mid-range. He was wide open. 5 seconds. Forces one up and misses. Jokic the rebound. And he has a chance to take the lead here. Out to Elo. Into Larry Nance. Finishes the lefty layup. Brown. Out to Robert Parrish. Into Larry Bird. Larry Bird deep in the post. Forces one up and misses. And the Celtics will be fouling as the Cavs take care of business. Hakeem fouled out, let his team down. Also let his team down by only averaging 13 points. What were his numbers like in this series? Pretty god-awful. Not one single game with over 20 points. Honestly, his whole playoffs was awful. What am I looking at? It was pretty bad. Larry Bird played good, though, in this game at least, but wasn't able. And the last game, too. Mark Price, 25. Jokic, triple-double. Let's see what he's averaging right now. A solid 25, 10, and 9. Not bad at all for Jokic. Actually, that's bad for Jokic, to be honest with you. He should be putting up 35, 13, and 70. All right, 2 teams that have advanced. 4 teams remain in the second round. And first, we're going to watch this to see if Larry Bird and Clyde Drexler could advance. Where it looks like the Spurs are up big and will actually force a Game 6. Larry Bird, rough game, didn't take that many shots. Clyde is really balling. Clyde is going crazy. David Robinson is averaging not much, and Shaq is putting up 27 and 12, so no complaints from Shaq. Let's see if the Pistons, who I'm very surprised about with Tim Duncan, can take out Michael Jordan and Steph. They're down 3-1, Michael Jordan and Steph. Very close game here. Pistons up 5. We'll hop into this one, see how Steph and Jordan do here. Maybe Steph isn't built for the 90s. I mean, I can't really say that because I saw he was averaging like 33 points. So I don't know how true that is. Why are they both wearing white jerseys? What is this? Oh my God, this is actually so annoying to watch. This is like actually annoying. Tim Duncan puts it up and misses. They both look like they have like identical jerseys. What is this glitch? Paxson out to Steph. Screen from Horace Grant. Curry, a deep three-pointer is missed. Tim Duncan draws the foul. I hate that animation so much, but it always works. It's really the foul bait, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander animation. Wow, I've gone through the whole 50-minute video without actually talking about the Pacers, by the way. Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers got some devil magic going on. I don't know what to tell you. Curry, hop step, tough shot is missed. Damn, I'm going to call that game. They're up 7 with a minute. But yeah, there's some devil magic going on in Indiana. How did they come back from 9 with a minute left? That was ridiculous. But Curry, oh, my controller just disconnected. Okay, we're back. Curry did average 29 points. It's Jordan who had kind of a rough series. Didn't want to give the starlight away from himself. Big ego. Shake my head. Anyway, let's see if the Trailblazers can finally take out the Spurs because they were literally up 3-0. There we go. The Spurs win it by 14. David Robinson, 32 and 7. Shaq, 23, 5 and 4. And we now have a Game 7 between these two. I don't know how the Spurs are keeping. They were literally down 3-0. But now I think the Trailblazers are going to take care of business, it looks like. Wow, this is a close game. Oh, my God. We could get a crazy ending to this game. The Spurs might come back from down 3-0, which would be absolutely ridiculous. They go to Shaq. Where's Larry Bird? What is that? Why is Shaq taking middies? Where's Larry Bird and Clyde Drexler? There's no way they both fouled out. Oh, my God, they did. Oh, my God. There's 4 players on this team that fouled out. All of them are starters. 2K is rigging it for Shaq and David Robinson. What am I watching right now? Trailblazers got to do everything they can. Terry Porter, I think, is like the only starter here that is not fouled out. And Cliff Robinson, I'm pretty sure. Cliff Robinson. Inside. Tough shot is missed. Cummings the rebound, and here he comes. Shaq is running the floor. Shaq on the cut. He's wide open. Beautiful pass. Ties up the game. This would be an absolutely ridiculous ending if the Spurs can come back from 3-0. Danny Ainge with it. Out to Abdi. Terry Porter, screen is set. Into Cliff Robinson. Gets Shaq jumping. Driving inside. Finishes the big-time layup. 2-point game. Let's see what the Spurs do on this possession. Shaq is cutting. He wants it. He gets it. Double team comes. Kick out to Sean Elliott. Doesn't take it. Tough shot is missed. Shaq the rebound. Puts it in with the left hand. The comeback from 3-0 is still very much alive. 9 seconds here. Terry Porter. Can they win it here on this big possession? 4 seconds. 3 seconds in to Cliff Robinson. Tough one-legged shot for the win. You've got to be kidding me. Save the season. That is I got to see this back. This is a ridiculous shot. Oh my God. At the buzzer. That was clean as hell. Yeah, look at this. How many minutes 26 minutes he fouled out, and Drexler had 15 minutes and he fouled out. He fouled out in 15 minutes. He had 8 points. He fouled out in like a quarter and a half. That's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, Final Four set, and it's not what I think I expected. Trailblazers I could have saw it because they didn't make the finals in real life, but I don't know. Weird. Okay, this is a 3-0 series over here. Let's see if the Cavs can finish things off here. Okay, Pistons win. Keeping it at 3-1. We'll continue with this one. See if the Cavs can finish things off here at home now. It looks like they will. They're up 24, 23, 19, 15, 18. It's over. Cavs win it here. Elo at 28 points. Mark Price 22. Jokic is continuing to ball out as he reaches the finals. And now the Trailblazers have a 3-2 lead here. Let's see if they can finish things off here. 10-point game. There it is. Karl Malone, 26. He tried his best. Again, they needed that extra scoring push from Bill Russell because he's going to have games like this where he only has 4 points and 5 rebounds in 33 minutes. Out there doing cardio. Larry Bird only had 10 points, though. He was also kind of doing cardio, but Clyde continues to ball out. And this is the NBA final. 1-0 for Portland. 1-1 here. 2-1. 2-2. Who's getting the lead? It's the Cavaliers who have the lead in the finals. Of all the NBA players on this wheel, it might be Jokic who actually ends up being the champion. He's up 5, up 9, and it's Nikola Jokic who wins it all for the Cleveland Cavaliers as he wins the finals MVP. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash a like and subscribe. There are 2 channels that you can watch, 2 videos that you can watch. Both of them you'll enjoy if you enjoyed this one. So thank you all so much for watching. My name is Ethan. Peace. See Cristiano Ronaldo. See.